Morning world, it's 9:45 in the morning on the 12th of February 2015. Events of the last couple of days, and just literally in the last hour we've seen Putin agreeing to a ceasefire in Ukraine, and the fact that it's Putin who's actually put his name to it suggests that there might actually be just a little bit of credibility to it. We shall see. I'm not holding my breath. There's a lot of things going on at the moment, but as significant in a different field but perhaps bigger is the HSBC scandal and the tax dodging that's been going on worldwide. And the HSBC is being taken to court in so many countries of the world now. The directors are going to be going to prison, and the bank will probably collapse. It'll be made bankrupt because there's so much malfeasance going on there. It makes previous bank scandals look like nothing. And of course now all the other banks are going to be burning files like nobody's business. That's the inevitable corruption of greed. That's what happens. The money lenders will be cast out of the temple. It's not so much that. I kind of expect that from that type of corporate vampire. It's the ways in which our leaders acquiesce to these people that really hacks me off, particularly David Cameron. This bank has been leading the world in terms of tax avoidance in so many countries in the world. And once it began to be investigated, David Cameron then appointed the head of that bank as his Minister of Trade. He has refused a number of times to say whether he spoke to that man about the HSBC tax avoidance. Cameron has implicated a question of judgment. Does this ring any bells? No, surely not. Oh, wait a minute. David Cameron employed Andy Coulson, who was secretly having sex with Rebecca Brooks, who was the editor of The Sun at the time, who was directly reporting to Rupert Murdoch, who was the head of the largest media empire in the world. So Rupert Murdoch, although it's never been proved, and this is only alleged, it's theoretically possible from this, that Rupert Murdoch had a direct line into David Cameron's heart of his political machine. Now it seems that the head of the biggest potentially crooked banking empire in the world had a direct line into David Cameron's machine. At the very least, this is symptomatic of repetitive bad judgment, character judgment. And when you look at this astrologically, it is clear that whilst Cameron fancies himself as Churchill, and indeed Saturn is making some rather nice aspects in his chart over the coming 6 to 9 months, the short term is absolutely critical for him. I think that just in the last 24 hours he's been metaphorically mortally wounded. The nickname Dodgy Dave, as given to him yesterday in the Houses of Parliament, is going to stick. All of his friends are tax avoiders. A lot of the people implicated in this tax avoidance turn out to be Conservative Party donors. Astrologically, whilst Saturn is making nice aspects to his ascendant and his Jupiter, and Pluto's not exactly touching him, Neptune is in conjuncting his moon. Pluto and Uranus are about to really go to town on his sun. I think that things that have been building in the last year and a half are now being activated. I suspect that in certain ways the knives are out for him. And I also suspect that the second week of March, with the Mars-Uranus conjunction exactly opposite his sun, followed on the 4th of April by the eclipse of the moon exactly on top of his sun, if someone were to say to me, what's the odds on David Cameron leading the Conservative Party into the next election? I'd say only about 70 to 75% at the moment, and possibly decreasing 1% a day. It will be a disaster, the election. Regardless, it's not going to be. The election in Britain will not see a clear outcome. Done the horoscope for the closure of the polls. Saturn's rising on the ascendant at 10 o'clock when the polls close. It's going to lead to another election in November. Be sure of something like this. But Cameron, think we're seeing the final nails going in now. And I'd be astonished to see David Cameron in any type of position of power and responsibility by late May. If I were advising him, I'd be saying, why don't you quit at the top now, go home, be a farmer for 10 years, and then come back and save the party in 10 years' time. You'll be welcomed as a messiah. Otherwise, it'll be a pariah. I think he's probably shot his bolt with this HSBC thing. Dodgy Dave, it's going to stick. Okay, more on this another time. Catch you later. Bye.